Hello everyone, my name is Marian and today we're taking this beautiful Hyundai Tucson 2019 for a drive. It's known as the new Tucson, but it's actually just a midlife crisis facelift, and I really like how it looks like in this red color. It suits very well the front grille, which has this easy to recognize Hyundai design. It's also looking really sharp with this chrome. Around here we have LED lights, we have double lights here also, we have this plastic protection, anti-skid protection, how it's called on the Hyundai side. We have these new 19-inch wheels, which they look really fast even though the car is standing still. We have large doors, large windows, typical for an SUV. Also these plastic covers all around the car. We have comfort access to the car, so you don't need to press anything on the key, just have to have your key in the pocket so you can lock, unlock and start the car. Let's see how it looks from behind. So I also have this emblematic Hyundai design here. It looks really nice. We have real exhaust there, H-track, so we have four-wheel drive on this 1.6 turbo gasoline engine, 177 horsepower. Let me show you another trick from Hyundai and Kia. So you have your key in your pocket and the car will beep 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and the tailgate will open automatically. We have rear view camera there, and we have this huge boot space, 513 liters, so it's plenty of room for our camera crew, my toddler seat, and I can also hide this parcel shelf here. Another thing I like a lot, and I'll show you in a bit, that the back seat can recline a lot. I mean a lot. So let's, come on, yeah, it's working now. This one doesn't open too much, so you have to be careful so you don't bump your head. We have panoramic roof, so we have this huge piece of glass here, and if you want a bit of fresh air, you can open this part a lot also. Again, chrome here, matte black plastic covers here on the doors, and also glossy black here. Looks really nice, makes the car look a little bit faster. Oh yeah, only on the front doors we have this. So this is how it looks like in the back. It's a light, there's a lot of light inside, and this makes the car just a bit more comfortable, and that I like. We have some buttons here for window with just a bit of chrome here, so it gives a premium feeling to it. We have heated seat, which also is a nice option, especially on luxury and premium, how they are called in Eastern Europe. We have space here for a bottle and some just random stuff there. And let's get inside the car. So there's a bit of knee room, but I'm 1 meter and 85 centimeters tall, so the front seat is just a little bit towards me. The roof I've said earlier, and yeah, the seats are comfortable. They're covered up in really nice high quality leather. We have this Krell sound system, which sounds amazing. I haven't heard of Krell before, but I do recommend this sound system, especially on top tiers of this Tucson. So we have air coming from here, and you can turn it on or off. We have a fast charging USB port here, USB 2.0. We have this armrest here with 2 cup holders, which they're nice. There's no ski hatch inside, which gets me confused a little bit, because being an SUV, you're supposed to take this car for some ski trips and so on. The back seat is 60 by 40, and you can recline it a lot. So this is how it looks like in normal position, and I can go even more back, so it looks really, really nice. We have this handle here. Let's move on to the front seat, but first let's take a closer look at the engine. Oh my god, so I still have to use this. So the engine, as you can see, doesn't take too much space. It's a 1.6 turbo GDI engine. That's so you have 2 gasoline engines, 1.6 naturally aspirated engine. You have this 1.6 turbo GDI, which makes 177 horsepower. The less powerful version of this engine makes 132 horsepower, and you also have option for two diesel engines, 1.6 CRDI and 2.0. You can also order them with automatic gearbox, dual clutch transmission on this one with 7-speed, and also on the 1.6 diesel engine. And on the 2.0 diesel engine you can go for the automatic 8-gear transmission, which is not double clutch, it's a old classic gearbox. Yeah, the exterior looks really nice, really sharp, really fast. It's very sporty as a design, but I'm a bit confused about this interior. It looks very cramped, it's very, I don't know, looks very old school. We have this like 3 layers dashboard, which makes the design really heavy. I like this tablet here, but the screen isn't as big as this one. It's just 8-inch, and it looks like this. We have huge bezels, but I do like the fast commands for radio, media, navigation, map, and so on. We also have wireless charging here, and USB for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Let's go back to home and Apple CarPlay, and this is how it looks like. This is Spotify. I also have other apps here like Waze, phone messages, Hyundai for the classic menu, Audible, Google Maps, which looks sharp, feels fast, works fast, and that I like. Let's see the keyboard here, so I can easily write stuff here. So it's already loaded, and we can go.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Yeah, the audio quality is not so good on navigation, but trust me, on audio, on music, it sounds amazing. This is the driver's side. We have this Hyundai classic steering wheel, nothing special about it. Yeah, some plastic here, but the leather feels nice. We have commands for infotainment system here for Siri or Google Assistant. If I have connected my phone, for rejecting or accepting phone calls, for volume, and for next track, and so on. But this is a bit confusing because if you want to go to the next track, it's up instead of down. Because when you're in a playlist like this one, let's say, usually the playlist goes from up to down, but on this car it goes the opposite. I don't understand why. I also like that it's easy to get to every command you want. So here are the safety shortcuts. So for traction control, lane keeping assist, and so on, for four-wheel drive lock, and for climate control, they are here. We have dual zone climate control, and we also have heated seats, heated steering wheel, heated seat for the passenger, and so on. So they're easy to use. Also for driving side, we have this gear lever here, which is not so big. It just takes up half of the width of this space here. We have a small storage space for key probably, and a small and a large cup holder. We have parking sensors and 360 view when you're driving the car, so you can see we have wide front and left, because we also have a mirror camera in the mirror. Right side also, so you can see how close you're parking to the sidewalk, and turn off the start stop engine and hill descent assist, so you have like a cruise control for when you're getting downhill and you don't want the car to exceed like a certain speed. The car will pump the brake for you. Yeah, and the seats feel really nice. Let me show you something else. So we have we have this huge mirror here for your makeup. Also, when you want to put the sunshade here, you have this extension, so the sun won't blind you. This is a card holder, so if you have a parking ticket and so on, you can put it there. So yeah, this is how the car looks like. Let's take it for a drive. So no sound at all. We have these jingles. They sound nice, and it's something so typical to Hyundai or Kia. Actually, this car is very much like the Kia Sportage, especially underneath of it. And yeah, no rattles, no vibrations through the steering wheel, through the gearbox, to the seat, because we have a gasoline engine which is very well refined. But not on the consumption side, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Now we're on this rough street and the car feels comfortable, but as you can see, this suspension is set up more for on the rigid side of it, but actually this suspension is a bit firmer than expected. It's not as comfortable as the Peugeot 3008, that's a 2008, but it's still not bad. It's still comfortable for a young family, and that I like. How does this engine feel? Well, it can pull 177 horsepower, and it all works also fast because of the 7-speed gearbox with dual clutch setup, so it can downshift and upshift really fast. We don't have any paddle shifters here, but I do not need them. I have a manual setting on this gear lever here, so I have to pull it to the left, and I have plus in front. For upshift and downshift, it's toward me. It can change really fast. There are no stutters, no weird noises. It feels really fast. But this engine, it's not very economical when it comes to city driving. It's only good and efficient if you drive outside cities. That way you can do like 7 liters for every 100 kilometers, especially if you drive on highway at 110 kilometers per hour or 120. But in city, for today's road trip, I got 19.5 for 19 kilometers. Yeah. And for the last 300 kilometers since I had this car, the average consumption is 13.5 liters. Yeah, Bucharest is a big city with a lot of traffic, the worst traffic in Europe, so that's expected. If you live in smaller urban areas, that consumption will drop to about 9 to 10 liters for every 100 kilometers. Unfortunately, if you want a gasoline engine with automatic gearbox, this is the only option you have. There's also a natural aspirated engine that makes 132 horsepower. It can be more efficient, but yeah, the downside of that engine is that it only comes with manual transmission. There are 2 diesel engines available, 1.6 and 2 liter. They both come with automatic gearbox as an option, but the bigger engine, 2 liter, comes with a classic 8-speed gearbox. What it feels like to drive, so on these kind of roads, the car is very comfortable. It does well with every bump, any hole, and so on. There's not too much body roll, which I like. Yeah, but the steering is a bit fade. I don't feel anything. No, but that's to be expected on an SUV. What I do like about this car is that at the price for the luxury trim, it comes very well equipped. So we have this 8-inch infotainment system, we have dual climate zone, we have dual zone climate control, we have a lot of driving aids, we have heated seats and heated steering wheel, but we also have a lot of safety assistance, which Hyundai calls it Smart Sense. So I have lane keeping assistant, which works really well, and if the car sees that I'm about to leave the road, it will put me back where I belong. There's also some sensors that can detect if I'm tired based on my how I press the gas pedal, how I press the brake pedal, how I steer, and so on. There's also some sensors that can detect if I'm too close to the car in front, and it can brake automatically for me. So yeah, this car can keep you alive if you fully trust it. It's a nice car to drive. It's very comfortable. It's also very practical. It looks sharp, and I do recommend to test drive it first before you buy it. You also have a 5-year warranty, which is really nice. And yeah, for the price you pay, this is a really nice car, very well equipped, and I do like it. Yes, these are my thoughts on Hyundai Tucson. This is a car I do like because of what it can offer you: comfort, space, practicality, safety. The only thing I don't like is the consumption on this car and the interior. Just, it's not about the materials used. Some of them are fine. Oh, sorry. But yeah, it just feels very old school. Yeah, I want to read your opinions. If you have already have a Tucson, old or new, I want to read your opinion on it. And yeah, see you on the next one.